make all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough.
This is a Tourette's trucker. I'm here back at another one to park. It's Ives Dairy Park, I believe. You can see here's Big Green here. They got a soccer field, a football field here, but there's a boatload of people. I don't know if you can see them over on the field actually practicing soccer. Yeah, this is one of the places where I come and actually got drone footage from on the other side of those trees right there. I flew over. This is the park with the interstate right on the other side here. But yeah, I had a instance the other day happen where someone was offended thinking I was making fun of people with Tourette's. Actually, that's not the case. I actually have Tourette's myself, ADHD. So, you know, I was kind of referencing how people drive, you know, like they have ADHD and Tourette's because, you know, people with ADHD, our brain is like scattered. We're like all over the map. I'm going to set the camera up here so maybe you can get a view of the people playing soccer here while I actually I'm actually sitting there talking. Maybe y'all catch some people playing soccer too. What the heck? But someone's kind of offended in a way about me referencing, you know, the way people drive with ADHD and Tourette's. I wasn't actually making fun of people with Tourette's and stuff. The person actually has Tourette's. I thought I was making fun of them. They didn't pay attention to the fact that the name of my channel is the Tourette's Trucker. The opening screen. You know, granted I do have like a minute-long opener for all my videos. It tells you welcome to the Tourette's Trucker channel. I thought maybe that would be an indicator right there. The title of the channel is the Tourette's Trucker. I thought that was kind of self-explanatory that, hey, I have Tourette's. But I guess they didn't pick up on that part. The only part they picked up on was the title. You know, people driving like they have Tourette's and ADHD. Because, you know, we referencing people are all over the map and how they drive down here. And, well, people with Tourette's and ADHD, our brain is all over the place. Our body movements are all over the place. So, you know, that was how I was referencing. I wasn't making fun of people with Tourette's. Like I say, I have it myself. You know, it's a disorder in the nervous system that we absolutely cannot control. The more you think about it, the worse it actually gets. But yeah, I mean, I don't make fun of people with stuff like that because, you know, I have it myself. I know what it's like. I've had people make fun of me, including my own children. I go to some shippers and receivers, and I go to truck stops. You know, I've had people, you know, they don't hold back, which it doesn't offend me at all. People like, you have Tourette's or something? I'm telling them, yeah, I do. You know, some people are a little more blunt about asking this. Some people are kind of scared to ask, which that's fine. I know some people are thin-skinned and lighthearted on it. You know, it may offend some people if they ask them, but I don't care. I mean, I've been dealing with this, you know, as long as I can remember. But to be honest, I never really knew it was Tourette's. I mean, I never really cared. I just knew I was this way. Of course, I didn't know how bad I was until I I started watching myself in videos, then I realized just how bad I actually am. It's like, no wonder people look at me funny when I'm trying to talk to them, and they're kind of just like, okay, what's wrong with this guy? Some people actually get it. Guy down here in the Chrome shop, down here in Miami, it's actually Davie, Florida, just outside. He asked me right off the get-go, within like 3 minutes, you know, him actually being in there and talking to me. He's like, do you have Tourette's? I'm like, well, as a matter of fact, I do. He knew and he asked because his son actually has Tourette's. He's got a child that has Tourette's, so, you know, he asked me about it. So, yeah, I mean, some people are more blunt about it. Others try not to mention because, like I say, some people get offended. I don't get offended at all. I mean, I know no matter what I do, it's not, I can't control it. There's nothing that's going to get better about it. Actually, the older I get, the worse I think it's actually getting. The wife, she seems to be thinking the same thing. She thinks it gets worse, especially when I'm focused on something or I'm still. Like if I'm sitting watching a movie, it seems to get worse. When I'm driving, it seems to get worse. Because I can't keep anything still. A hand has to be moving or something's got to be moving. Of course, that could be the ADHD in the brain all going crazy and haywire too. But, you know, I'm not one for being still. That's just how I am. I've been made fun of. You know, people look at me crazy because I'm actually a rocker. My mother actually has the little 8mm films on the little reels from back when we were babies in 1969 and 70. I'm sitting on the end of the bed and I'm just holding on and I'm just rocking. I'm just steadily just rocking. I actually still do that to an extent. I'll catch myself all the time. I'll be sitting on like a wall, you know, somewhere, sitting on a concrete curb or something, and I'll just be steadily just sitting there, just rocking. I've done it sitting at a table. I'll be sitting here just rocking like this. It's something I've done ever since I was a kid. They say that's a self-soothing mechanism. But yeah, I've noticed I've always got a foot tapping, or I've always got a tune stuck in my head. The one main tune that has been stuck in my head as long as I can remember, it's always been in there. Doesn't come out all the time, but my wife catches it all the time since she's the main one I talk to. I'll admit I don't really talk to many people on the phone. The only one that I really talk to is my wife and my twin brother. I am pretty bad about that. I just kind of stay to myself, stay in my own little world. But talking to my wife, she notices that the Doodah theme song from the cartoon Foghorn Leghorn, with Foghorn Leghorn and the little chicken hawk. You know, Foghorn Leghorn, if any older people actually, I'm sure we remember it, but the young people, y'all might not know it. Look up Looney Tunes, look up Foghorn Leghorn. Got the little chicken hawk, but he's always running around singing the song, you know, doo-dah, doo-dah. Well, that is the tune that has been stuck in my head for as long as I can remember, and I'll be on the phone with the wife and all of a sudden I'll just bust out doo-dah, doo-dah. She catches that all the time, at least once or twice every single day. It comes out in the phone. Sometimes it'll come out up to 10 times, you know, in one phone conversation. It's just one of those things that, you know, you can't control. I don't know if that's part of the Tourette's or what it is, but that's just one thing that's wired in my brain that just won't go away. Yeah, you know, people like to make fun of us, but we just, you know, you shouldn't make fun of people with Tourette's. Shouldn't make fun of people, period. I My wife's son gets made fun of all the time. He's got Asperger's. People love to pick on him. I mean, he's 19, but he's on a 3rd grade level. He'll never leave the house. Before we moved up to Atlanta, sorry y'all, there's a spider on a web here that keeps floating here towards my face. I'm waiting for him to totally drop down. He's steadily lowering down, but the wind keeps blowing him towards me. But anyway, before we moved up to where we are now, about 3 years ago, kids in high school stabbed them with a pencil, several times, just being mean and just being cruel, just being kids. I mean, they pick on them, make fun of them, they laugh at them. I mean, he still wears cartoon shirts and kids shirts and comic shirts and stuff. Hey, I still wear Minion shirts. I'll be 51 in like 3 months, and I still wear Minion shirts. I'll have a Transformers shirt. I still like cartoons. Me and the wife, we love cartoons. Actually, I have a whole bunch of Looney Tunes, cartoons, and stuff I have downloaded in the computer. I like cartoons. I like the good, clean, wholesome things. I actually relate better to kids than I do adults. Many times there's family gatherings, I actually relate with the kids, and that's just my mentality. I don't know. But I find kids aren't as judgmental as adults are. Kids still have their innocence, so they don't tend to judge you and pick on you as much as the older ones do. So, but yeah, I mean, I know what it's like to be picked on. I know what it's like to be picked on. It's not fair. It's not nice to do that to people. But if you ever look at my videos, you'll see that I don't knock people. So, for the person who was offended, I apologize if I offended you. But to be fair, if you would have looked at the title of my channel, even if you would have paid attention to the opener instead of just seeing the title, you would have actually noticed that I have Tourette's. It's quite obvious, after, like the wife says, anybody who spends 5 minutes talking to me, well they'll know for a fact, yeah, the kid's got Tourette's. It's quite obvious. But some things come out more than others. I do have facial tics, phonic tics, I think they call it, for the vocal things. I'm sure y'all notice the sucking sound. That's just something that I can't control. I do it. When I think about it and I try to stop it, it gets worse. So I try not to think about it, because, like I say, when I think about trying to stop it and control it, it doesn't work. It tends to get worse when I think about it. And I've actually read studies on that says that doctors tell you don't try to suppress it, because when you do, now you're really focused in on it, so now you're going to do it more. So don't focus on it. Not to mention it actually hurts to do it. You actually get mentally exhausted trying to stop it, trying to suppress it. But I was tongue-tied. When I went to the dentist up here, they actually noticed it and said something about it. And asked if I ever really knew that, and so we ended up getting my tongue snipped a little bit. I still probably could have went a little further. I mean, I used to never be able to stick my tongue out past my lips. Now at least I can stick out a little bit further. So at least that relieves a little bit, which they also say that, with being tongue-tied, that actually causes poor dental health and actually will help. I don't know, I can't remember what all it is, but it talks about having a tongue tied actually will damage your teeth somehow. I read it a while back, studies and stuff on that. So they suggest that I do that. Plus, it actually relieves the tongue. I like my brother. How my brother says he rubs holes in the roof of his mouth, rubs sores from always, I guess, tongue in the top of his mouth. So yeah, brother's got some Tourette's, but think his are more mild than mine. Mine are definitely a lot more noticeable than his. But yeah, he does have it, just not as bad as me. I've got shoulder shrugs and definitely leg movements here and there, some arm movements here and there. Definitely the facial tics, that's for sure. But, you know, pardon me, thirsty. Powerade does a body good. Especially when you're down here in Miami and it's 87 degrees, I think. A little bit cloudy and overcast, but it's still hot. Yeah, but anyway, there's a train. I don't know if y'all can catch it. That's the tri-rail. No more I'm loading over in Fort Lauderdale. Watch that thing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Pretty cool. But, you know, tomorrow I might come out and get some drone footage. There's like a canal that runs down through here. It's on the other side of the highway over there. I really don't want to fly the drone across the road and all that over there. But now we'll fly across a smaller road, but not the main road to get over there to it. But tomorrow, after I get off work, which I think I'm going to have an early day tomorrow, I think I've only got one load I need to preload, and then I'll be off early. But I'll probably park somewhere where there's like a little boat ramp people put in kayaks and all that. Which, speaking of that, they had police and everything there day before yesterday. People all over the bridge. That crossover that little canal. They had police everywhere. There were 2 divers in the water, so I don't know if somebody was trying to put a little jet ski or a little boat or something on that little tiny ramp, and they ended up rolling back into the canal. But there were 2 divers in the water. I need to try to look that up on the news on the internet, see if I can find something on that. Tomorrow I might try to get some drone footage from right there just to see, you know, what it's like. I'm probably going to break out the drone and get some footage of these people down here playing on the field. I think that'll be cool to add to the end of the video here. But anyway, that's just my little video about, you know, Tourette's. I wasn't trying to make fun of anybody. My one where I titled, you know, about people driving like they have Tourette's and ADHD. It wasn't a dig on people with Tourette's, because I have it myself. So I do apologize to anybody that may be offended, but of course I'm going to do like Watermelon Dre. There's an old video. Of course he was knocking on Paula Dean, you know, talking about, well, why the F I got to apologize. I mean what I say and say what I mean. It's kind of me. I shouldn't have to apologize because I personally didn't offend someone. Someone took it the wrong way. I didn't actually try to offend anyone. I didn't say anything to offend anyone. I think, my personal opinion, they just looked at the title and just got offended. Because if they would have watched the daggone, my whole open screen, they would have known I had Tourette's. But they say, you know, people use Tourette's, which I do agree. Person did say people use Tourette's as an excuse to cuss and be foul, which I do admit I don't use profanity in an everyday language, but as soon as I get stressed or upset, it will come out. But that's not part of my everyday vocabulary. But yeah, I have read in Tourette's that people with Tourette's are more prone to profanity. But like I say, it's not an everyday vocabulary for me to cuss. But when I really get stressed, and like some of my videos, and when people pull right out in front of me and something happens, you won't hear sound of those videos. They'll be quiet or I'll play music, because profanity does come out, and it has come out in several of my dash cam footages. Someone pulls out and have to slam on brakes, or the one from Atlanta where I hit somebody because, you know, it freaking scares you, it worries you. So yeah, sometimes or stress with Tourette's, profanity will come out, but that's not part of your everyday vocabulary, but sometimes you just can't help it. But that's what the person was talking about. Some people use Tourette's as an excuse to cuss, an excuse to try to act a fool. We don't. I mean, if you're using that, if you don't have Tourette's and you're acting a fool and then trying to say, oh, see, I got Tourette's. If you're trying to cuss people out and then try to say, oh, well, I didn't mean I have Tourette's, and you don't, yeah, that's not a good thing. You shouldn't do that. Anyway, until the next video, y'all take care. Y'all thank Jesus for all the breath in your lungs. Hey, he allowed you to wake up today. I give him all the praise and glory. He's got me down here, helping me catch up on some bills and things, get some stuff done, get some work on my pickup I needed to have done. So make some extra money down here. So hey, God is good. Make sure you tell God, how good He is, how much you thank Him, and how much we don't deserve His mercy, but He gives it. Bad things happen. It's always for a good reason. I mean, you may not see it, or you may never see it. You may die before you. And then when you get to heaven, and everything's revealed, like, oh, okay, so that's why that happened. I mean, that's for Him. All things work together for the good, for His purpose, not our purpose. It works what's good for God's purpose. So just thank Him for, hey, allowing you to be part of it. But anyway, Catherine, I love you. I made the video you asked me to make. I'll get it posted today. And the rest of you out there, YouTube, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Please hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, hey, go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to add some drone footage and some other things, just try to make the channel a little more interesting. So make sure we're going to start working on it. Once I get out of Miami, then it'll be a little better, because then you get to see different things. But when I'm doing almost the same thing, I did the exact same thing, basically Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm doing the same thing on them days. So you can really only get so much footage when you're doing the exact same thing 4 days, or the exact same 3 days. You're just alternating doing the exact same thing. Preload so many days, trips back and forth to this one place, and I preload trailers, go back the next couple of days, and I run the ships, on them days. So you only get so much footage. But once I get done with here, sometime in April, and then get back out on the road, then I'll be getting some different footage, get some good drone footage for some other things around. But I'll start working on that. But don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, y'all. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace out. Love you.
Salí a buscarla y se esfumó. La busqué en los escenarios grandes, en los viejos discos de hip hop. Si me
Yeah. Dime, ¿te recuerdas? Wow.
Recuerdos míos de esa noche, cuando yo te tuve aquí, solo pa' mí. A ver, recuerda cuando te escapabas y tu novio a ti te llamaba y tú me lo mamabas y te lo tuve que repetir. Solo pa' mí, yo te comí. Bebita chiquita, bonita.
Ella siempre me llamaba porque la dejaban con las ganas y yo siempre la hice que llegara como 5 veces a la semana. Tú supiste que tenía novio, pero me pisaba con el hoyo.
A mí me decía que a mí me quería, pero yo no quise más de ti. Y ahí fue cuando yo tomé la salida y también me fui. Ya no quise más de ti. Recuerdos míos de esa noche, cuando yo te tuve aquí, solo pa' mí. Recuerda cuando te escapabas y tu novio a ti te llamaba y tú me lo mamabas y te lo tuve que repetir. Solo pa' mí, yo te comí. Bebita chiquita, bonita.
Si solo lo supieras, donde lo hacíamos y donde tú me verás. Siempre tu manera, siempre te escondías porque tú no eres mi beba.
Y cuando tú te fuiste me mandaste una foto para que no te olvides. Ella no se decide, quiere más de mí, pero así no fue, baby. Recuerdos míos de esa noche, cuando yo te tuve aquí, solo pa' mí. Recuerda cuando te escapabas y tu novio a ti te llamaba y tú me lo mamabas y te lo tuve que repetir.